Thank you so much, Jenny, for joining us for this small discussion.
Thank you
All right.
for having me.
How are you doing back in, is it Kano, Nigeria?
Yes,
You're,
Nigeria,
you're
Kano.
doing great and staying safe, huh?
Yes, very well.
All right. So I've checked a bit of your work that you do online because we just got added recently as friends on Facebook. And
Okay.
yeah, and good stuff I must say that you're doing there.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know just if you can condense the spark behind the Girls Should Thrive initiative, what you're running. I mean, what sparked that in you to begin these all these movement, or rather, to champion for empowerment of of girls?
Okay. So the community where we work presently is actually where I schooled. Is the community where I grew up and where I schooled. So I remember the girls I went to school with being very smart and intelligent. And so we lost contact after school. Everyone went their separate ways. But after university, when I returned back to the community, I realized that most of these girls who I knew were smart and intelligent didn't go on to higher institution. They didn't really do much with their lives. As a result of financial and cultural limitations, and so some of them ended up pregnant, some of them ended up on drugs. So I saw firsthand how a lot of potentials just wasted and went down the drain. So, and what even caught my attention the most was the fact that I realized that this cycle was repeating itself with the younger girls in this same community. That means if something was not done very soon, we would have an epidemic, in the sense that girls in this area would just continue to do nothing with their lives than wait for someone to um, take them in as a wife and bear the brunt of their responsibilities as a result of the poverty level and all of that. So that was what inspired me. I actually started running an online blog before. I was running an online blog on Facebook just to inspire girls. But on getting to this community, I realized that the people who really needed what I was sharing were not on the internet. They didn't even have access to the internet. They didn't have access to phones and all of that. They were on the streets. They were in communities like these. They were in the villages. And so that was what inspired me to take what we were doing off, not just on the internet, but take it into these communities to help correct that mistake. So that was what inspired our work.
Wow, that is spot on. All right, you're really a passionate agitator for getting involved in being that change that we want to see in society. Is that what we should be carrying ourselves with, especially as the young people?
Yes, I am. I have realized that a lot of the reason why things are not right in our society is because nobody wants to take responsibility. Everybody, especially in Africa, because of the issue of corruption, the issue of marginalization that we have become used to over time, we tend to blame everybody for everything, without realizing that, yes, it's true, we might have these challenges might be in existence, but if every single person does their part, there's no way you can be able to stop change from happening. So I'm a strong advocate for individuals taking responsibility for challenges around them. I always used to say that imagine if one enlightened and successful woman takes responsibility for, say, 10 girls in her community or in her street or in her sphere of influence. Imagine the impact. Imagine how many girls we would have who would have healthy self-esteem, who would have confidence, who would have dreams and visions that are bigger than themselves. We all tend to want to put the responsibility of the government alone, and that is not right. No matter how good a government is, if individuals, especially young people, if they don't rise up to take responsibility, that change that we're seeking would never happen. So I advocate that we need to begin to look inwards. We need to begin to look at ourselves and ask yourself this question: what am I doing in my own sphere, in my own immediate environment? What am I doing to make a difference?
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. That is absolutely very, very much correct. I mean, when you sit back and see the things that you've been able to do, I've been able to look at some of them online. What is that one thing that you're proud of?
I think what I'll be proud of would be the young girls that I see that have gone through our training, and as at the time we met them, they didn't even know what it meant to have a dream. They just believed that all they were good enough for was just get married and have kids, and just wait for whatever life brings. But to see those girls now beginning to have dreams, to see them working with us now as volunteers, to see them making impact, to see them training other girls, it's so fulfilling to watch that kind of transformation as a result of your impact in their lives. Words cannot, I don't think anything can describe how that feels, really.
Indeed, I see that. And for the empowerment that you continue to do, in Africa they say mother is supreme. That is so far you can put it as the girl child as well. Do you do these from your state in Kano, or just or everywhere in Nigeria?
Well, we work physically. We work in Kano. Online, we only reach other places via our online platforms. But presently, we work in Kano. But our model is meant for the whole of Africa. So we're definitely going to be expanding as time goes on. But presently, our work is focused here in Kano.
Yeah, which is great, absolutely, because you see, again, it is now the time for the girl child to, talk about the spaces of leadership and be in these positions where they can be able to influence things.
Yes, very important, because I was reading an article about how the countries that are doing well now in this pandemic are those that are run by women. I'm not sure about the validity of it, but I always said this, that Africa has been run by men in the past thousands of years, or how many years, and look where we are. Why don't we give women a try? I'm not saying, and we're not promising that they would perform magic, but if something hasn't worked over time, don't you think it's time to try something different? So yeah, that's what I believe, that women need to step up to that.
Yeah, which absolutely, again, I couldn't agree more with you. By the way, women should really take up these spaces, and of course, it's actually very impressive that you found that you within the organization, you work with other those who you carry along the dream of GIST together.
Yeah. So we have a team of volunteers. We work mainly with volunteers, and so they develop curriculums. They develop based on our model and our values. They develop curriculums, and they are all representing us in different communities across Kano, across the states.
I think, again, I stumbled upon something I really found interesting. Where you shared something about on running a successful and an organization successfully. I mean, I don't know if you'd mind just repeating that again here for once I'm going to share this interview. It's going to help someone outside there.
Sorry, can you come again with that? Running an organization successfully? Which of them? I've written quite a number of articles. I'm not sure.
All right. Actually, the one I'm talking about is the video I watched. Of you, I think from Facebook. Yeah, on tips on running an organization successfully. You're giving some very insightful tips there. I was saying just repeat that
Yes, I remember that now. Okay, so I was talking about, because there are a lot of grassroots organizations rising up in Africa, which is very good. We should encourage that, because, like I said, if to see the change that we seek, we need to all step in. So I was sharing about people who were stepping into this space of running small organizations with dreams to be big. I've said that the first thing you need to do is that you need to have some level of integrity, which means that you need to work on first of all, you need to have done something, you need to start doing something. It's not about the name of the organization and just having a name. It's about the impact. What have you done? No matter how little, if you want to work on environment, what campaigns have you done through your private social media page? What campaigns have you done about climate change? If you want to work with girls, you can visit a secondary school and talk with their authorities, and just mentor a group of 5 girls every Friday. Just teach them things from books that you read, and then you take pictures and upload them on social media. Those are some of the things that give you the integrity and people seeing that you're actually passionate about this. And then the second thing is that you need to build networks, and social media has made that very easy. You need to reach out to people who you see are working in this space and are doing very well. Reach out to them and share your vision with them, follow their posts, and interact with them. That way you get more visibility, and then they also give you advice that might help. And one of the major things that we also need to take note of is that starting an organization or running an organization, you have to take care of your mental health. When you interact a lot with these problems, it tends to begin to affect you as an individual. It tends to, because of the challenges, it gets overwhelming at some point. So you need to have a mechanism in place that ensures that your mental health is safe, which means that you might need to have how you unwind. You might need to have a place where you go to and you're not thinking about the problems. You just taking time off for yourself. So those are a few that I can share for now.
All right. Yeah, that is actually very kind of you. Thank you so much. So on to as we get to winding up all these, something that is at the very heart of your endeavor just is empowering these female leaders through entrepreneurship, education, and technology. Of course, things like technology and entrepreneurship, they're things that are dynamic in nature. How do you ensure sustainability of these as you impact these on these young women leaders?
One of the things that our work focuses on is making sure that there is a mental transformation in the minds of these girls. So we're not trying to give them all they need to be successful in entrepreneurship or in education or in technology, because we are also limited in our knowledge and in our understanding. So what we try to do as an organization is to spark up that desire, spark up that passion, that yearning for learning, for impact. So once that desire is stirred up, with the little you expose them to, they run off and they empower themselves by themselves. So we as an organization, in as much as we say, yes, we are empowering girls, we're not empowering them. We are empowering them to empower themselves. We want them to be mentally free, mentally liberated, so that they can make a successful life for themselves. So our sustainability model is, once you're able to transform the mind of one person, once you're able to get somebody thinking right, once you're able to get somebody to believe in themselves, that person can go on to do amazing things and do things that even you did not envision for them in the first place. So that's our sustainability plan. Mental empowerment gives them wings to fly, and they have the ability to achieve whatever it is they want to accomplish.
All right, thank you very much, and I really pray for you to continue keeping up, and doing the good work you're doing. So I think just a huge portion of our audience being the young people, I would just want you to take this time as we wind up to, give an insight about life to the young people who are going to watch once we share this video.
Okay. I'll just say that every young person out there, most young people I know that have a heart for humanity, that have a heart for service, actually have one challenge, which is the fear and the courage to step out, because you're afraid, well, how would I make it? Where do I begin? How do I overcome this and that challenge? One thing I would say to young people is that it's better to take an action and fail than not to do anything at all. That's one thing I always say to myself whenever I'm about to take a step and I'm afraid. I say it's better to take the step and fail than not to take it at all. So I just want to encourage young people to just take action, no matter how little. Don't be afraid to start small. Just take whatever action is required of you, and you'll be surprised at how things turn out at the end of the day.
Wow, what an insightful session this has been. Thank you so much, Jenny Agunloye from Kano, Nigeria. So there you go. The only language the world understands is action. So thank you so much for making time for our broadcast, and stay safe.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe.